Hi, my name is Cloudy and today we're gonna rank every single makeup product that I've tried in 2023. It's gonna be a long video and we're gonna have 16 positions to rank. That would exclude eyeshadow palette and eye products because I did a separate video. I remember to link it somewhere. Yeah, there's a separate video that I ranked every single eyeshadow, single eyeshadow and eyeshadow palette, not a lot, that I've tried in 2023 as well. There are also a few other exceptions, including like lip balms and skincare, and also this very new Cleona palette of singles that I recently purchased. I might include this. I'm not sure where I should include it in the next ranking. Not sure it's the entire palette or each of them are individual. But yeah, we figure it out, so there's some exclusion, but overall I have 16 product total to rank. So it's not a huge year of makeup to me, but we're gonna have fun. So if you like the idea of this video, I hope you enjoy this video. So the worst product, number 16, this is the Ole Henriksen's Banana Bright Plus Vitamin CC Stick. This is to me a corrector. It's somewhat advertised as a corrector and I bought it with the intention to use it as a corrector. And this is just not good. It performs decently as a corrector. It didn't get the job done the way that I want it to be, which is providing a sheer coverage with the correcting property, which is cancelling out my dark circle. And so far it has not been a good journey with this one. I don't know why. It peels sometimes, it balls up sometimes, you know, that phenomenon, and it reacts weird with some of my concealer. And I mentioned in the video that I don't have a big collection of concealer, and I feel very content about my collection of concealers. So it hurts me just to realize that I paid so much for a product that turns out didn't want to work well with my other products that I truly love, you know. So it's just so weird. And so far I don't see a lot of skincare benefits. Like, I wouldn't use this one as my eye cream because it has a lot of pigments, but then it's not enough to do the correcting job. So what is the point of this one? And like I said, this is expensive. This is a really high price for a corrector that doesn't want to do the job. So I'm disappointed. Number 15, this is the Revlon Kiss Glow Lip Oil in the shade 002 Ready to Go. Maybe this is the true nature of lip oil that I should be aware before I purchase this, because I tried the Tower 28 lip oil before. I tried the Kosas wet lip oil, and they are just a lightweight and sheerer and more comfortable version of a lip gloss. So in my mind, that would be my impressions of lip oils. But this one is so thin. It's so thin. It doesn't even stay on my lips. I apply it for like 30 minutes and then everything is gone. It got this sheer wash of color, which is pretty, but then like I said, it's gonna be gone after 30 minutes unless I keep reapply it. And I don't have that kind of energy throughout the day. It doesn't smell weird, but it's not pleasant. So you can see, like, right now it's kind of running off through the texture of my hand. Yeah, it's like it's reabsorbed to my body and mixing up with the oil on my lips, or it's just like weird, like some weird chemistry going on that makes this disappear way too quickly than I expected. It's comfortable, it's thin, it's nourishing, but I don't need the nourishing feeling that only lasts 30 minutes. So this is also a disappointment. I had waited too long to purchase such a mediocre product like this one. I had high hope. It's swatch beautiful. I mean, At the end of the day, the only thing that kills you is your own expectation. The next one is also a lip product. This is a year that I consider that I have acquired really great lip products, but also some really mediocre and meh ones. This is the eSpoir Couture Shine lip tint in the shade Lavender Quartz. This is such a me color. When I see the photo of this one, I'd be like, oh, this is my favorite color on the lips, and I'll just like purchase right away. I didn't think much about the nature of a lip tint because usually I get along well with lip tints, to be honest. And this one, it has this beautiful finish, but unfortunately it leaves a wiring around my lips. And I had that warning because my cousin, she owned not this shade but like another shade from this line, and she said, oh, it's gonna leave a wiring and it's quite dry at the end of the day. But I didn't believe in that statement because I feel like it could vary depending on the person who wears it. And that's true, that's the nature of every single product. It's gonna perform differently for different people, and that's okay. So I guess I just want to try that because the shade just so beautiful. It's like this dusty mauve, a bit cool tone, but not very cool tone. It's still in the natural, neutral territory that I really enjoy. But then, yeah, it doesn't work. It doesn't last very long. It's a lip tint that the tint finish, the tint that is left on your lips isn't so strong. So it's just, even though the color is great, but this color doesn't show up on your skin when you actually wear it, so what is the point? So it's okay, but another disappointment nevertheless. So the next one is also from the same brand. This is like, I'm not sure if the same line. It's a Couture Lip Shine. I'm sorry, this is a Couture Shine lip gloss. So that one is a lip tint, this is a lip gloss. Yeah, this one is beautiful. Look at the components. This is like my dream. Oh, it's kind of separating. Okay. Yeah, I think it's the nature of the product. You have the lip gloss with shimmering particles dispensed in the fluid itself, so sometimes it's gonna separate. I don't think it's gonna be a big deal as long as I mix it before I use it. This is a clear lip gloss. It looks lavender with ethereal purple periwinkle shimmer in it, but then it's just a lip gloss. And once again, this is a very thin formula that doesn't last very long on your lips, and it's not nourishing. I'm wearing it today and I don't feel like it's something that I would want to wear, because lip glosses aren't something that I would want to wear on a daily basis because it's kind of like sticky. No matter how well it is formulated, it's just sticky, and then my hair would be stuck on my lips every time I go outside and it's windy, so it's not the most pleasant experience ever. So I already have this resistant and divergent towards wearing lip glosses, and now this one is cute, it's beautiful in theory, but then it's just a clear lip gloss, so there's nothing really special about it except the beauty of it. I would expect more in a makeup product because I have tried a lot of makeup products in the last 6 years of me wearing makeup, and I do have higher expectations for lip gloss and lip oils because I've tried the Tower 28 lip oils, and that's the best lip oil formulation ever, and that's something that I can accept, the level of stickiness and glossiness and how it's really comfortable on my lips. So I do have high expectations, but I don't think that's unrealistic, and I would expect my product, the products that I purchase, to be that good. Another lip product, I got this Peripera Mood Ink Matte Tint. Ink Mood Matte Tint. So it's a lip tint, but this is like a matte formula. It's not glossy, it's a kind of moussey lip tint or liquid lipstick. Once again, I have high expectations for this lipstick in terms of shades, in terms of finish, because at the end of the day, I'm still a matte girl, and matte sounds like a perfect idea. So natural, not too pigmented, not dry like a liquid lipstick, but like I know a lot of liquid lipstick that's really comfortable and not dry at all. But this is a beautiful shade. This is a, on my hand right now, it's warm, it's pigmented enough, it's a rosy, it's a dusty mauve. It's so cool. But on my lips, it turns out to be a bit gray and a bit desaturated with a lot of like white and gray pigment in it. So maybe that's a problem with me not knowing my lip, my actual lip pigment better. It's such a bummer because I love the packaging, I love the formula. It's very comfortable, it's very moussey, so it's light and airy on my lips. But then my lips looks really dead, like doesn't have any life to it at all. It's look like I've been sick for like 2 months. This color is so beautiful. So maybe on my hand it looks really nice and pigmented, but like the same thing doesn't happen when you layer it on a different base. I think this is number 11. Is that number 11? Yeah. This is the Flower Beauty Light Illusion Perfecting Powder. I got the shade L4M1 beige. This is a setting powder or a powder foundations, I'm not sure, but to me it's pretty heavy. It's not bad. We are moving to the products that I feel like it's good in a way, but maybe I'm not using them in the right way, or I haven't figured out how to use them in the right way yet. Or maybe they are just not for me, but they are probably good for a lot of other people. So this Flower Beauty powder, I think back in the day, I know a lot of YouTubers, they love this powder, but to me it's a bit cakey and heavy. But it's mattifying and it's smoothing in a way, so maybe that's the reason why a lot of people like it. But with my skin condition right now, it's still oily, but since I moved to Australia, it gets a bit drier and it has a lot more texture, and yeah, my pores are so enlarged. This one doesn't really get the job that I wanted to do done very well. So every time I use this one, it just reminds me that I want to use my LYS powder even more, because that powder is just like a filter in a compact. And this one, it's a wrong shade to me. It's not like majorly wrong, but it's a bit dark to me, so I don't have that brightening effect, which I don't really care at all. But it's a bit dark, so I have to use it very carefully, not to, you know, bring it to a lot of areas that would be noticeable. So like I can look like I have 2 skin tones. So it's gonna be weird when I say this, but this powder is like a dream. But I don't really want to make it come true anymore. The next one is a setting spray. This is from the brand Skin Proud. It's the Refresher Hydrating Face Mist. I watched a video from, or like a reel, or like a YouTube short from Robert Welsh. He said if you just use a hydrating mist, it could be your lotion, your toner mist. It can help refresh your makeup like throughout the day. Or if you feel like it's really cakey or powdery and now you just want to bring back the glow and the natural finish of your skin, you just have to use a hydrating mist. That was my incentive behind buying this one. And that was like shortly after I purchased this powder, and I feel like this is quite heavy. Is there anything I can do to make it a bit fresher? I can actually use my toner mist, but like I'm being extra, and it was the Black Friday sales at Priceline, so I got this one for like $6, and it's really good. It's really good for that one purpose. I haven't tried to use it in any other occasion, like try to notice the difference before and after, or the longevity of my makeup, and I reckon it wouldn't do anything beyond that purpose. So it's a hydrating mist when you feel like your skin is dull and super dry, flaky, or it's heavy from the powder. You use this one to bring back the hydration to your skin. And it's good for that purpose, so that's the reason why I couldn't rank it any higher, but it's a good one. It smells nice, smells a bit rosy, not my favorite scent ever, but it's quite chill, quite breezy, and I like the mist. Like the mist is a good one. So yeah, it's number 10 to me. The 9th place is a blush. This is from Sephora collection. It's a colorful blush in the shade 51 Trust Yourself. This is a it's weird. This is such a weird color as a blush, but it works. It's quite pretty as a blush color. I would describe it as a muted lavender or a muted pink purple. It's weird because like you look at it and you feel like, oh, it's kind of cool tone, but it actually has a lot of pink and a bit reddish undertone into it. But in another way, it's very muted, very lavendery. But this one is cute. It's a bit hard pressed though. Like as I run my finger through it, I can feel like, oh, it's starting to get a bit harder to pick up the product. So that's with my finger. And I mean, I'm not sure if you can tell, but there's a little bit of hot pan going on. So very soon, I think the hot pan, the actual hot pan, is gonna start developing. And yeah, I don't know about it. It's not like very expensive, so it wouldn't be like the most horrible situation to me. But it's a concern. Nevertheless, I paid money for it. And this is the color. So this is a purple lavender version of the Purple Gum, the very hot pink but muted, a lot of white base blush train that has been viral for like the entire year, this year, 2023. This one is really cute. It's very trendy in a way. It's very flattering on my skin tone, but it's not something that I could just grab and go. I have to style it like intentionally, pair it with a certain makeup look. So I have to pair it with a paler and less saturated bronzer, have to somehow pair my eye look with it. So even my complexion product, I couldn't go like too deep. Sometimes I have like my skin tone concealer, but now I have to like pick a shade lighter, kind of mixing everything together to match it with this one, or it would just be a blob of white, very pigmented powder on the apple of my cheek. That's not flattering at all. It's not flattering anymore, and it's just a weird situation. But then there's so much thought to be put into that very specific look, and I feel constrained using this one. I don't feel like I can just do whatever I want. So yeah, it stops me from using this one from time to time. So that's why it's in the place that it is right now. So moving up a little bit, we have a face palette, a blush palette specifically. This is the Mimi Classic Collection Afternoon Party palette. I don't know, I think this is a fruit flavor, so the shade name of the palette is number 2 fruit flavor, I believe. You have 3 shades. They call it 3 shades, which is really cute. Oh, how can I open it? Okay, so this is berry tea, cherry tea, and peach tea. They smell very strong. They smell like old school perfume, like very soapy. But how can you put that kind of fragrance into a blush palette and make it that strong? I'm impressed, but it's very strong. But yeah, it's not gonna stay on your cheek very long, so I don't mind at all. I think the shades are beautiful, but it happens to me every time that I purchase a face palette, there's at least one shade that I couldn't use at all, which is this one. In terms of using it individually, I can mix it with other shades. If I want to be a bit creative, I just want to explore, okay, whether I could mix a 2 shade and make a brand new shade, if I could just want to have some fun with this palette. But overall, the shade is a bit chalky if I use it alone. Yeah, the same thing happened with this one, like it's chalky. But this is the only one that has a bit of shimmer in it, so I like the finish, but I don't like the color. These two are beautiful. These two are like cool tone. This one is very unique. It's a neutral, but a bit taupey. Really cool. This one is just right up my alley. It's a bit purple. It's a bit burgundy. It's really, really cute on my cheeks. So as a whole, this palette is really, really good. I like the finish, but I mean, in the first half of the year when I tried this, I feel like it's very inconsistent. Some days are good, some days are a little bit worse, and some days are just extremely patchy. But the more I use it, the more I figure out how to use it, or just like the type of brush that I should use with this palette, or like how to pick it up and the intensity that I apply it to my cheeks. So it grows on me a little bit more. So honestly, this is still not my favorite cheek palette. I still really, really love my Clinique Cheek Pop palette, including 3 Cheek Pop blushes. That's still my absolute formulation, colors, and yeah, finish. But once again, there's another shade in that palette that I couldn't use, and yeah, it's too light. And yeah, I'm a little bit pissed about my life decisions when it comes to these blush palette. But I mean, looking at them as a whole, you feel like they are very cohesive and they work together. That's why they are put together in a palette. Expensive. Ooh, luxury. This is the YSL Candy Glaze Lip Balm. I have the shade 14 Scenic Brown. Oh, this one is really beautiful. From now on, I feel like I really, really enjoy using this product, and this one is no exception. This one is really beautiful. This is, I think, the first luxury lip product that I own, and yeah, I didn't even buy it myself because I couldn't afford it. My parents visited me back in July. We stayed in Melbourne, and yeah, they got me this YSL lipstick as well as a bottle of Tom Ford Bitter Peach. Can you even believe that? So yeah, so this one is so high, and this is way far off my usual budgets. It's not like it's $67, so I wouldn't say it's like very, very unaffordable to me, but I really have to think for a few months before I put my own money into something like that, unless it's a gift. And this shade specifically is so beautiful. Can I do another swatch here? Yeah. It's so beautiful. Actually, this is like kind of a clicking mechanism that you can actually roll it back, which is really cool. Like, it hurts me. It's gonna hurt me so bad if I waste my expensive lipstick like this. And I still keep the box because. And this is the shade Scenic Brown. It's beautiful. It's a bit dark to my liking compared to like what I usually gravitate towards, like the mauve above. This one is a bit dark. It's a bit brown. It's a bit warm tone, like a bit dark, but it's a sheer formula. So when you shear it out, you have this kind of like cool but natural, but still like a bit edgy. But then it's kind of barely there, so like kind of a mix in between. I could lighten it up using like a lighter lipstick, or I can pair it with even a darker one to being a bit more edgy. So this is such a perfect in between, and this is the type of lip gloss lip balm formula that I feel like it's really hold dehydration throughout the day. So even at the end of the day, I'm not wearing it right now, why did I do that? But at the end of the day, after like long hours, you can still feel the nourishment on your lips, and I really, really like that. Sometimes it gets a bit grainy, maybe it mixed up with like other oils or other substances, or even the dry skin, the dead skins on your lips, and it tends to be this kind of grainy feeling. But it happens quite often to me with other products as well. But I have to be honest, it happens more often with this one. So maybe it's at the nature of thick, balmy formulation. But overall, I really enjoy using this. But it's very precious, so I this is weird, like, because it's precious, maybe I should use it up when it's still in its prime time. I don't know, but I don't really want to use this one because it's so beautiful, it's so precious, I just want to keep it forever. So that's why every time I use it, I have this kind of phobia that I'm gonna do something wrong with it. I don't know, that's just really weird. So it's in my 7th place. Yeah, it should be higher, to be honest. I really like it, but I'm still a matte girl when it comes to lip products, so maybe that's the reason. I prefer a good matte formula, a matte blue lipstick. That's still my true jam. I know that sounds very outdated, but yeah, so I am who I am. So we have another lip tint. I tried quite a few lip tint and lip products in general this year. I mean, I already said that. This is by the brand Lilybyred. This is a Glassy Layer Fixing in the shade Burnt Brick. This is a beautiful color. This is a lip tint that actually leaves a beautiful tint on my lips. It's a bit warmer, so if you can tell, it's a bit warmer than the YSL one. It has a lot of red and orange going onto it, and this is a beautiful tint. The tint lasts very long. Usually the way that lip tints wear on me is that they're gonna leave a tinted finish, very juicy, very youthful. It looks really nice, and then kind of the liquid component gonna evaporate and it's get a bit dry. This one feels a little bit better in terms of that effect, but it's still a bit dryish after the liquid kind of evaporates. So it leaves a beautiful tint, but then I feel a bit like chapped and dry, but not too horribly. I can wear another lip balm underneath, or I can just leave it. It's not, it dry, but it's not like sticky and kind of like stick the corners of your lips together. So overall, the feeling of me wearing this lip tint is really nice, and I like the color, and I really want to reach for this. This is affordable, it's cute, and it's a bit more me. It's a bit more Gen Z. It's a bit, you know, I know, like, if I messed up with it, I can always repurchase it somehow, or I can just move on. Not the feeling of guilt like this one. So I rank a little bit higher because I feel like it's more accessible to me. Oh, this is gonna be a weird product. So last year I ranked my Sunstick, my Cancer Council Sunstick, is my #1 product, and now this year I have another Sunstick. This is ridiculous. This is the Key Sun Pink Zinc Stick. It has like SPF 50+ with UVA and UVB broad spectrum. It's a neon like face paint in a stick, to be honest, but it has some, you know, sunscreen, sun protection quality in it that I could improve. So yeah, so I don't know how to validate that kind of claim, but I use it as a corrector. This is a much better corrector than this one. This is $48 original price. I got it 20% off, still very expensive. This is $5, and I'm gonna use this one. This is not horrible that I have to like throw it right away. I can still use it. It's just not functional the way that it's supposed to be for the price point. But this one, surprisingly, is very usable. And maybe if I get too bored, I can get another orange color to use the actual dark circle correcting color. But I don't know, this one, I use it for the train because people are just doing this kind of pink under eye train. They use like a pink corrector, the actual pink corrector, pink powder or pink lipstick to kind of brighten the under eye, and I feel like, okay, it's $5, maybe I can try the train. It turns out to be quite great. It's neon-y, and it's a bit scary at first, but when you try that, it turns out to be quite pleasant. It's very blendable. It's thick though. It's very like chapsticky and quite, you know, waxy, but it blends out really nicely, and it doesn't mess with any of my concealer. That's why it's higher. That's why it's way high up there. That's why it's in top 5. So I feel like for a product to me right now, because I'm still a student, I'm still in a phase that I kind of struggle to figure out how I should spend my money slightly, because I don't have really big budget, and I feel like every decision that I make could lead to a very damaging financial outcome. So if it's not gonna bring lots and lots of value into my life, it wouldn't bring me like the absolute ecstasy, it should cost $5, and it should work the way it's supposed to work for $5. And this one is like right up there. I don't know if it's a good mentality when it comes to spending, but it's $5. It's not gonna hurt me long term. Okay, so just in case you wonder, I mean like just in case you wonder, my blue makeup look is not doing it right now. It's a bit chaotic, but I feel like it has something in it, because I'm actually using one of the Cliona single shadow, some of them. So I use this one. It's in the Stained Glass collection, and I think the shimmer shade is really good. It's just my blending skill, especially when it comes to blue shades, it's not that good yet. So it's a bit messy, a bit chaotic, but I feel like it's good. It's good. It turns out to be way better than expected. So just in case you're looking at my face like, her blue look is doing something weird, and I just want some explanations about it. Yeah, so it's just me. It's my problem. It's not something to do with my eyeshadow palette or anything. Like I said, we already moved to top 5. And number 4, we have this cream bronzer from Australis. This is Dewy Daring bronzer. I got the shade Ride and Die. I tried Australis last year. I tried 2 of their eyeshadow palette, and they are amazing. Some of the most textural, reflective, multi-dimensional eyeshadow I ever tried in my life. So good. And this year I tried this cream bronzer, and I think this is such a nice formula. It's very pigmented. So this one is way more pigmented than my Tarte Breezy bronzer. I think the top one I got in the shade Seashell. I'm not sure, but this one is way more intense, way more pigmented, way darker. But I prefer the Tarte formula because I feel like it's a bit easier to control. I have a lot of kind of grip to the formulation, so that I don't feel like, okay, this is too dark, I have to do something to tone it down every time I apply a heaps of bronzer on my face. And I'm not sure about this color. I should have gone for one shade lighter, but last year in the beginning of the year when I purchased this one, they only have 2 shades in the line. The other one is like contouring shade. I didn't want that one, so I went for like the darker shade. But now I think they have more shades, and they have like a shade in between. Yeah, I should have waited and purchased that one, but this one is not bad. It's just a bit dark, and I need to be a bit attentive and a bit wary every time I reach for it. But overall, it's very creamy, it's very blendable, it's very sheer in terms of the pigment. So it's pigmented, but the pigment is not too concentrated, so that when you swipe it on your face and you cannot blend anymore, sometimes it happens, but you actually have more time to work with this one. So it's a good one. So that's why it's 4 place. I don't have a lot of cream bronzers in my collections. I just have this one and a Tarte and another one coming up. So I feel like I have a good range of bronzer that I can rotate through, and I feel like I'm pretty happy with this one. The next one is the cream blush. It's just my favorite things right now. This is the Sephora all-in-one cream color blush. I got the shade Crazy Cherry. I already mentioned this one in my cream blush ranking video, so if you want to check it out, I'm gonna leave it somewhere. This is such a cool formula. It's kind of velvety matte when you look at the paint. Once again, this is like cardboard packaging, so it's a bit environmentally conscious, if you even care about it. This is very velvet when you look at it, but when you touch it, it melts with the warmth of your finger, and then when you blend it to your cheek, it returns to the nature of a matte sand finish. This is such a cool texture. It's just, to me, it's a perfect texture. And I like the color a lot, and I like the feeling of applying this cream blusher. Like sometimes it's just the way that you feel about the product rather than anything else. And I feel like I have so much fun playing with this color. I feel like every time I applied it, which means I already over applied it, I have this gorgeous cold girl kind of vibe, and it's really good. It's juicy, it's gorgeous, it's make my blush flush in a very unique way. I wouldn't say it's gonna be natural because this is not gonna be natural on my skin tone, but I feel like it's exaggerated, but in a very pleasant and elegant way, and that's what I want in my blush. So this is the runner-up. This is a hard one because I debated a lot to put this one is the second place or the first place. But at the end of the day, we have to rank it. It's not a big deal. It's not gonna be heartbreaking too much. So this is the runner-up of this year. This is the Body Shop Freestyle Multitasking color. This is the shimmer line. They have a matte line, and the shade I have is Rebel. I think this is supposed to be a cream highlighter for darker skin tone, but I use this as a sheer bronzer. And this is just a really beautiful sheer bronzer in my opinion. It's not a bit alcoholic though, so if you don't like that kind of smell or you are like sensitive to alcoholic, maybe you want to avoid this formulation. But the color is just so amazing on my skin tone. You know, it's weird because I feel that way very strongly when I discover something, and I don't use this as its main purpose. I feel like I have a huge deal with that product because now I can upcycle it. Upcycle is the right word. I love making a concoction out of this product, so I mix it with another bronzer, with a cream blush, with a cream highlighter, and I just use this as my overall cheek product to get this kind of bronzer look, and it's just so gorgeous. It's so sheer, so it's so easy to work with. You cannot mess it up, not at all. And it turns out to not have a lot of shimmering particle in it. It's just like a sheer wash of glowiness rather than actual shimmering sparkle particles. So I was a bit skeptical at first. I feel like, okay, is it gonna turn out to be, you know, very hardcore metallic on my cheek? But it doesn't, so it's really good. And I love the tone of it. I love the kind of dewiness that it gives to my cheek. It's kind of healthy, kind of summery. And I didn't expect to love it that much when I purchased this one. I just wanted to try something that, you know, slightly relative to the Charlotte Tilbury light one, the, you know, pink gasm color. Like I really want to try something formula. I really want to try something similar, but I don't want to pay, you know, double the price to try. And it turns out I like this formula, and to my defense, I still really like the finish of the Charlotte Tilbury. I haven't purchased that one yet. I just swatched it in store. This one is not that refined. That's the word I use to describe the Charlotte Tilbury one. It's very refined, it's very smooth, it's very, you know, at every angle it catches the line beautifully. So I reckon that one would be more suitable for a lot of skin conditions like skin tone, skin types, the age of the people who use it. This one I don't think has that kind of refined quality in it, but it's still a good thing. It's still a good solid product to try. And finally we have the winner of the year. This is my favorite makeup product of the year. Arguably my favorite lipstick formula in my collection right now. No, it's still debatable, like it's not confirmed yet. I'm still very, you know, in between to figure out which one is my favorite, this formula or the Maybelline Powder Matte lipstick. is that what they call? Like matte lipstick, the very, you know, cold favorite original one. This one is the eSpoir Nowear Velvet lipstick. I could be wrong, but somewhere in that territory. This is a true matte formula, and it is the comfortable powdery matte formula that I truly love. Overall, I'm not a glossy girl. Even when I try really hard to be, I'm still a matte bullet lipstick girl. And these are so beautiful. The packaging, 10 out of 10. So beautiful, so luxurious. This could probably rival high-end packagings easily. So beautiful, so gorgeous, very heavy, very carefully designed, and every detail is just elegant, and yeah, everything is just so perfect, so beautiful. And I'm gonna show you the shade. This is Caffeine. So this is more of a brown with quite a lot of red and pink undertone. It doesn't look like it. It's like a deep muted rose, right? But when I swatch it next to Burnt, which is like a true red rosy nude, you can see this one is a bit more brown. This is a bit more pink. And I have to show you the cut finish. I'm not sure if you can see that, but it's very velvety and powdery and matte. And it's had this kind of like silicone-y feel. Like, I don't mind about silicone feeling on my lips, to be honest, but it's very smooth, so it's not dry, and it doesn't cling to every lines on my lips. And that's beautiful, that's gorgeous. It lasts to the eternity. To be honest with you, it lasts so well. It stays put, and it looks really nice at the end of the day, even when it's already wears out. This is a winner. Highly recommended. Like, but it's a Korean K-beauty brand, so it's not very accessible for everyone else. But I got it when I was in Vietnam last year. Yeah, it's already a year ago. And they are so good. They are so amazing, and I really want to get more shades from this one. And I don't normally do that. I cannot debate. These two shades, I cannot debate which one's better. That's why I cannot rank them separately. I cannot give them just, okay, you are the second, you are the first. No, I cannot do that because I truly adore both of them. This one is a bit neutral brown. If I want to do like a neutral look, I can go for this one, or like a more warm tone look. And every time I do a purple look now today, I really only want to reach for this one, Burnt. This Caffeine, and yeah, this is my go-to lip color to pair with my purple look right now. So yeah, so good. I've used them so much this year, and they are a win. They are a real win.